Welcome to Parallel Universe. For millions of viewers, Demond Wilson will always be Lamont Sanford, the calm, sharp-witted son trying to keep peace while the world laughed along. Week after week, he brought warmth, timing, and quiet strength into American living rooms. But in his final public interview, Demond Wilson showed the world a side of himself few had ever truly seen. Gone was the laugh track. Gone was the sitcom polish. What remained was a man reflecting honestly on fame, faith, sacrifice, and the cost of a life lived in the spotlight. Sitting quietly, his voice steady but measured, Wilson spoke not like a television legend, but like someone who had lived, lost, learned, and survived. People think success is applause, he said softly. But success is peace. And peace takes time. Born and raised in New York City, Demond Wilson's early life was anything but easy. He came of age in a turbulent era, served his country during the Vietnam War, and returned home carrying scars both visible and unseen. Acting became more than a career. It became an escape, a way forward. When Sanford and Son exploded into a cultural phenomenon in the 1970s, Wilson was thrust into sudden fame. The show broke barriers, reshaped television comedy, and turned its cast into household names overnight. But behind the scenes, the pressure was immense. People only see the jokes, Wilson reflected. They don't see the long hours, the stress, the expectations. They don't see what it takes out of you. In the interview, he spoke candidly about working alongside the legendary Red Fox, a comedic giant with a complicated personality. There was admiration, tension, laughter, and struggle. "We made magic," Wilson said. "But magic doesn't mean easy." As the years passed, something inside him began to shift. Fame no longer fulfilled him the way it once had. The applause grew quieter. The questions became deeper. And eventually, Wilson made a decision that surprised many. He stepped away from Hollywood. "I didn't walk away because I failed," he explained. "I walked away because I wanted my soul back." In one of the most emotional moments of the interview, Wilson opened up about his faith and transformation. He spoke about becoming a minister, about helping others rebuild their lives, and about finding meaning far beyond television screens. His words weren't preachy, they were personal. "I learned that being known doesn't mean being understood," he said. "And being loved by millions doesn't replace being present for your family." As he spoke about his wife and children, his voice softened. Family, he said, grounded him when fame tried to pull him apart. He admitted there were regrets, moments he wished he could reclaim, but also gratitude for the lessons learned. Tears filled the room when Wilson addressed legacy. "People will remember Lamont," he said. "That's okay. But I hope they remember that I tried to grow. I tried to become better than who I was yesterday." The interview slowly came to a close, not with grand statements or dramatic declarations, but with quiet honesty. Wilson leaned back, paused, and offered one final thought. "Life isn't about how loud they clap," he said. "It's about whether you lived truthfully when no one was watching." By the time the cameras stopped rolling, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. Not because of tragedy, but because of truth. Because Demond Wilson didn't give the world a performance. He gave it reflection. And in doing so, he reminded everyone watching that behind every icon is a human being, searching, learning, and trying to make peace with the life they lived.